Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to talk about a question that I want to ask you. Do you make yourself responsible for your wife's poor behavior? So it's a pattern I see a lot with a lot of guys I work with where there's abusive behavior coming from their wife and they're blaming themselves about that behavior. So if this is something you see yourself in, hang out. I'm going to give you more information. I'm going to speak about the conditions of this. And I'm going to speak about some tools that you can use so that you don't do that. Okay, because that's not a good way for you to be married or in a relationship. Up front, if you're digging this, please like or follow me on this platform or comment below. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel to the lower right and click that little bell to get weekly notifications as I release these videos. So in the dynamics that I see a lot in marriages of men that I coach, his wife is screaming a lot, bullying him, telling him he's not enough. She doesn't feel like he's on her team. She may be even passive aggressive, doesn't say things, but just retreats and withdraws, removes affection, is unwilling to engage in sex, weaponizes sex. There's many variations of this. So if you have one of your own, feel free to leave it below in the comments. Love to hear what that is for you. And I'm sorry you're going through that. So in this dynamic, a guy's wife gets upset with him. Oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, whatever it was. He's hearing her complaints. So in hearing those complaints, he's not just saying to himself, oh, she's upset. Instead, he's saying to himself, I made her upset. Okay. So, and then another layer below that is, I'm a bad man. Okay, this is unconscious stuff, guys. You may not be even aware of this script that's going on. But when you're in a marriage and you're trying to prove that you're a good man, and that's really your ultimate goal, or maybe not your ultimate, but it's one of your primary, like, I call that the backward quest to prove that you're a good man. And the problem with this is, and I'm going to link this video to another one, how to not lose your identity with your wife, is when we're trying to prove our worth and that we're a good man with our partner, we're giving over too much power. It's a form of codependence. It's ultimately on us to know that we're a good man. We may feel in a moment like, hey, I'm a good man who didn't show up 100%. I'm a good man who didn't honor my word, as opposed to I'm a bad man who makes his wife unhappy. I want you to notice the difference in that flavor of that statement. Okay, huge difference. Notice shame, guilt in I'm a bad man, and just letting that go. Like, fuck that, man. I'm a good man. I show up as my best, whether she's upset or not. Yeah, I can engage that. I can go directly to this tool that I want to offer you is when she's complaining at you, turn it around, make it constructive. Don't make it past based. Women are great at, you did this then, and 22 years ago you did that, and when we first got together. Stop, time out, pause, be future oriented. Sweetie, I hear you're unhappy with something. Can you tell me how you'd like that to look next time? Ask her for her request. What's your request of me? Request empowers you, brother. It allows you to feel like you can do something. You can, step into action to make change. Okay. But in order to even put yourself in a position to, transform a complaint into a request, you got to be willing to get out of this self-script, if you got it, of I'm a bad man who made my wife happy. Okay. I'm a good man who did his best, who wants to hear my wife's requests for what would make her happier and how she'd like to be in relationship together. Now, let's be clear, brother. You don't just, say, oh, yeah, and I want you to take out the trash for the next 2 years and then clean the cat litter and drive the kids to school. No, time out. Of course not. You don't just say yes, even if it's one of those things. You get to go inside, back into your clarity, back into your knowing of what you need and what you want. Can you do it? Do you need more time? Sweetie, let me get back to you on that. It'd be really helpful for me to consider. I got a lot of work obligations right now, etc., etc. So I call that the negotiation phase, if even necessary, because it might be something that's so simple. Oh yeah, of course I can tell you I love you every day. You know, that actually aligns with my goals too. Awesome. The other thing I love about the request is you're not caught in this cycle and pattern of apologizing. Oh well, I didn't know, and I'm sorry. Instead, you're action oriented. Okay, and the request also lets her be responsible because it's much easier for her to complain about what she's not getting than to actually ask for what she wants and be vulnerable to ask for what she wants, knowing she may not get it. So that's an adult to adult relationship. And that's what I want for you because ultimately that's what's most fulfilling for you as a man. And another big thing is in this moment, you need to actually detach from being the rescuer or the fixer if that's your pattern. I know there's a lot of guys out there rescuing and fixing. It's part of this whole serve and protect ethos, which is a powerful thing. But we can serve and protect much better as when we're standing side by side with our wife or partner, when we're actually eliciting the best of them. And the best of them is helping your partner or wife to speak what she wants, to be responsible. So asking her to step up. And just to be straight up, some guys out there, it's like they'll try that and they're just going to get a ton of grief. I don't need to tell you what I want. You should know already. Just it's going to layer on, layer on. If you're in that situation, I got a ton of empathy for you, man. That's tough. And if you are there, straight up, brother, it's time to go into a little bit of a self-protection mode. Boundaries. You can't be taking that on. And for you, I'd say you just got to level up with your partner. Just be like, hey, you lose me when you're attacking me. I want to know what you want. I want to know your request of me in this situation. And if that keeps coming, you got to just take a pause, step out of the room, say, I'll be back, and let's try this again. And be clear, I'll be back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or I want to talk later tonight. So there's different modalities, and I want to be clear, in a video, I can't be addressing every single guy in the room. My primary focus is your ability to be free from falsely taking responsibility for her poor behavior. And as I mentioned, a huge part of that is you detaching from the I made her unhappy to, oh, she's unhappy. And I want to leave you with this quote that I heard from my coach, Trip Lanier, and he likes to quote Bruce Lee, and I dig it too. And the quote is, freedom discovers the man the moment he loses concern over what impression he's making on others. Think about that. Think about how free you could be. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like or comment below or follow me on this platform. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel to the lower right. That's the right. And ding that little bell to get weekly notifications as I release these videos. And I'll also leave some links to other resources I offer below. Stay the path and have a kick-ass day. Bye.